All right. Hello. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're talking about an ETF, which I've previously mentioned many times on this channel and recently also made a video analyzing Yieldmax ETF BABO buy so we can achieve 100% ROI. Why am I quoting this from my previous video? It's because we are currently on the way to achieving that 100% ROI within BABO. And the reason why I want to talk about this in this video is because BABO and Alibaba, the underlying company, is performing how I intended. And we're currently going to see, okay, what trajectory are we on for this stock? Why is it going up? And we're going to touch on a couple different ideas and opinions on it. Not just my own, but some other professionals. So that does sound good. We're going to go over the price reaction, news, everything like that, and my own position in terms of BABO to see how it's performing. If that does sound good, if you are interested in anything high yields, I know it seems like Yieldmax has kind of died off in the last little while, but we still try to focus on Yieldmax. We still try to focus on high yielding investments and of course building our cash flow in order to potentially pay for our bills and have our income support our lifestyle. If you're into that, we're up to 7,475 subscribers, 303 subscribers in the past 28 days. Look, not only do I love investing in stocks and ETFs, but I just love making money in general because I view making money as progress. And currently with this BABO position, I have about $6,000 invested, as I'm about to show you here, $6,065 USD. One thing is I'm up about $860 on this position. That's about a 16.52% capital gain, but you have to remember BABO as well pays dividends. I've received more than, I've received these two dividends for sure, potentially even this third one, maybe on a couple shares, but I received 294 shares. I received 46 cents on those shares. And this is as well playing into the 16% return. So you're talking maybe 20 to 25% return on BABO in the past little while. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. My current kind of share count is 294, as you can see, at an average share price of $17.70. Today, we're sitting at $20.63, so almost $3 more per share than my average share price. Cool. Alibaba is doing what we wanted it to do. I was buying Alibaba back when it was about, I was buying BABO when Alibaba was about the $80 price point. And I was buying it very heavily because Alibaba has had this very steep uptrend, and I felt like it was going to potentially have an uptrend like this again. As you can see, it's prone to doing this in the past where it hovers about this $75 to $80 price point and then explodes upwards. And currently we're at a resistance point, which is about 120. But I do think it's hit this point many times, as it recently has. It's pulling very strong into this resistance point. As you can see here, it's a lot stronger than this action over here. So I do think it has the potential to break out and trend higher. And as mentioned, receive that 100% ROI as shown in the other video. So why do I like Alibaba so much, and why did I invest in it? I invested in Alibaba because it's a sound financial company. Of course, it has total assets of about $1.7 trillion, total liabilities $700 billion. That's a $1 billion difference right off the bat. They do have, if you look here, total debt of $202 billion, but their free cash flow per year comes in at over $100 million. And that's just for this year. $150 million, $165 million. So they're able to pay off their debt within a couple of years. This is free cash flow. This is cash flow left over after all expenses and everything is paid for the business. They are a massive cash generating company. They're doing very well. Their total revenue is increasing year over year and is currently on their best year. I personally love the financials. When I love the financials and I love the underlying company and I have something dealing with the underlying company, I'm very in tune to buy it. And of course, we have a Yieldmax ETF, which was at a great price with amazing price potential, and that's why I bought. And I do think that Alibaba is going to go above there. I do think that there's another resistance point about $130, and then we see one at about $140, but then we go up to $186. So there's a lot of price potential for Alibaba and BABO. But one thing, if you're like me, is it too late to get in? because of course if you're unlike me, because I was buying at the lows and I was mentioning on my channel to buy at these lows. Of course, nothing is financial advice. It is only my opinion. But when I was buying, maybe you didn't buy. Now, what would I do if I was in this position, if I had no Alibaba shares or no Babo shares and I wanted to invest and potentially earn some income? What I would do is I would start with a small share count, because currently we're approaching a resistance level. What we could do from here is we could hit this resistance level and we can go right back down to $80 and you could lose 20 to 40% of your investment. Or what you could do is you could say, I'm going to buy maybe 10 shares of Babo. If the price goes down, I'm going to buy 10 more shares, average down your position. Or if the price goes up, you simply hold your 10 shares. For me, whenever a stock or an ETF is at an all-time high or a recent high, I'm very cautious. I'd look to buy a small amount. If it goes up, that's awesome. You can sell if you feel it gets overvalued. But if it goes down, I look to buy more and hold for the long term. That would be my position with Babo. But we have the stock price chart. We see that it's going up. It has great potential. Why is this? Well, there's a couple different things when it comes to Alibaba's news. The main one being that iPhone AI features will be powered by Alibaba in China. Now, as mentioned in this article, it looks like it's from The Verge. They mentioned that AI sales in China are actually slowing down, and they are going to be using AI from Alibaba or produced by Alibaba. As they mentioned here, they talked to a number of companies in China, and in the end, they chose to do business with us, being Alibaba. They want our AI to power their phones, and these phones will be available in China because, as it mentions here, which is thought to have contributed to the company's local decline in smartphone sales. Apple's intelligence features have not yet been enabled in China, and these intelligence features are ChatGPT and a couple other different AI softwares. So this is kind of the big news surrounding Alibaba and why I believe the stock price has trended up so drastically so fast. As you can see, it's down after hours today, or pre-market, but I guess we'll see in a couple minutes. So that's pretty cool. But this is huge news because, of course, Alibaba being a huge company, and then, of course, you have Apple being a huge company as well. This is a strong power move to potentially increase sales. And of course, if Apple sales increase in this, it's only going to further help Alibaba as they are using their AI. Now, there's a couple different opinions on Alibaba just to kind of go over here. So this is just a summary from, it looks like, Seeking Alpha, where one of their analysts says, I missed a 60% Babo run as he was hanging on to another stock. Alibaba reported tie-up with Apple to launch Apple Intelligence in China, which has validated its AI and cloud capabilities. So that's kind of the news surrounding it. He mentions here, this is just another opinion, that Alibaba is a well-oiled machine with strong domestic e-commerce base, which is, if you don't know, Alibaba, it's kind of like a wholesale website where you can buy things online for big businesses to sell for wholesale and sell in retail, which is very cool. That's their base. And global markets that is less immune to headwinds, now facing Temu, and these are their competitors, Temu and Shein. Baba's valuation isn't aggressive, but China stocks are cheap for a good reason. I haven't looked into Chinese markets that much, but Alibaba has been very cheap in my opinion for a very long time, and hopefully we can appreciate back to these levels where business was great, and this was all during COVID as well. So this was just a kind of a second opinion on Alibaba. I know it's kind of like a little bit of a shallow opinion, just saying, okay, Alibaba's a good company, missed the boat on that one, but it kind of shows, okay, this is what's going on with the company and why they're increasing in terms of their stock price. Cool. So I just want to say thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. This was just a little video to kind of reaffirm why I bought Babo, why I see the opportunity, and how it's performing for me currently, probably about a 25% return, which is awesome. If you guys did enjoy this video, we're currently up to 7,475 subscribers. Please do stick around and watch the next videos, and I hope to see you guys then in the next videos. Have a great day, guys.